How's it going, everybody? My truck here has a problem with my third brake light. It's starting to get old and one of the bulbs doesn't work, and I suspect that maybe it's leaking. So this company sent me this one for the purpose of this review, but these opinions are going to be all mine. It looks like a factory replacement unit, which is very nice if you want to keep the factory look on your vehicle, and I do. It also comes with this really nice, very thick, this is like a 1/4 inch thick butyl rubber gasket that you're going to peel this tape off of and stick right to the back of the light, just like this, before you install it. So I'm going to get that done, and then we're going to take this one off and put this one on. All right, so I'm just finishing up getting the gasket installed here, and look, let me tell you what, the stickiness of this gasket is quite good. Once you get it stuck to this plastic, it's on there. It's you're going to tear it up to get it off, so be careful. Make sure you get the cord coming through the gasket before you stick it down. That's important. And it looks to be plug and play, so that's going to be super nice when we go ahead and put it on the truck. It has 2 screws, one on either side of the light, that you have to remove, and mine seem to be a little bit stripped here, so I'm having to put a little more force than normal, but there we go. Okay, mine was quite stuck. Okay, so this was a little bit unexpected. I didn't expect the plug for this to be way up in here under the roof of the truck, so we're actually going to have to get inside the truck, and we're going to have to drop the back side of the headliner down to get this installed. So that's going to change this from like a 1-star install to probably about a 3. Keep that in mind. All right, we're in the truck now. There's a couple of clips here and here that you can see. I'm hoping that if we pop those clips off, it's going to give us enough room to get this down and get our hand up in there and undo that plug. But I'm not sure if it's going to be enough. If it's not, then we're going to have to go a little further and start taking these side panels off, and maybe even drop the whole back half of the headliner. So let's just see what happens. Having the right tool for this job right here makes this so much easier. You can get a clip puller like what I'm using. Dang. That's why I recommend a clip puller like this for this type of job. Having one of these makes these things come out so much easier. You saw how hard I had to pull on that. So doing that with a pair of pliers or whatever is going to tear these clips to pieces. There's a little clip right here by the back window, and I'll pop that off. So I think that's going to give me room maybe to pull the plug out the hole on the outside of the truck and unplug it and plug it in out there, keeping me from messing up my headliner and having to pull the truck all apart. All right, I just wanted to show you the other part of this. Sorry about that. All the way up in there. You see that white clip way up in there? It's blurry, but you can see it. You're gonna have to push that white clip back through and dislodge the connector, and then hopefully we can change it from out here. Man, this is finger strength only, so it's actually proving to be a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be. All right, there we go. If you get that in there and you push on it just right, you can break that loose. And here's the connector right here. So some people may not want to do it that way. Simply unplug it. And let's take a look and see if the new connector is going to hook up like we think that it should. So let's get that. I don't want to beat anything up here. Plug that in. Perfect. Just like it should go. Slide that back up in there. Now, I anticipate that there might be a rattle because of that, so I may have to get in there and fix that, but honestly, it's an old work truck. I'm not too worried about it right now. Let me take this back off and clean this up right here, and then we'll reinstall. You want to make sure that when you're doing this, you get all of the dirt off from this area. You're going to want that gasket to seal right down on the paint, and if you don't get all of this crap and all this dirt off, that's not going to take place. So I use this Surface Prep 77. It works really good. It's alcohol based, so it dries as soon as you get done rubbing it all off and everything. It'll go ahead and dry, and we'll be ready to go. All right, I got the screws out of the other unit. They were not captive. They were just kind of stuck in there. So let's go ahead and get this plugged up and get it reinstalled. Make sure that clicks into place. Push that connector back through that hole where it goes. Get this lined up. Now there's a couple of pins on the back that make sure you get it lined up in exactly the right spot. And you want to make sure that this is seated perfectly, because if it's not, it has the potential to leak on you. Mine looks like it's seated exactly where it needs to be, so we're going to go ahead and put the screws in and screw it down. All right, so there's one thing that I need to let you know about. This gasket is really thick on this third brake light, okay? But you don't want to crack the plastic. So what this is going to do is this gasket is going to smash down over time. It's actually standing out pretty far right now. And I suspect that that is because people have trouble with these leaking all the time. And they put this big gasket in here probably to prevent that from happening. Now, it looks nice, it looks factory. I would not really crank down hard on these screws. I would just put them in place and just put enough pressure on them that you can see them smush the gasket a little bit. I don't know, about 6 to 10 turns or so, but don't really crank down on them super hard. And then I'm going to give it about 2 or 3 days of sitting in the sunshine. The gasket's going to get a little softer, and I'm going to come back and make sure that these screws are tight. But let's check it out and see if it works. All right, there we go. So I hit the unlock button and the cargo lights came on. Let me go around and hit the brake. Okay, so overall, here are my thoughts about this. It looks factory, it feels factory in your hand. It has a nice big thick gasket. It installed exactly as it should. And if you're looking at this, I think you would be happy with it. All right, everybody. Well, there you have it. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like, comment if you have any questions. I'd be happy to answer them. Subscribe to the channel and then check out this video on screen right now. And I'll see you over there.